imagine you're like playing Call of Duty, and the difference between the current system of Call of Duty is like, okay, you can get different kinds of guns and different maps, but it's still basically the same game. And so what I would liken the anti-tax to just one or two extra different kinds of guns that you can play with, and it might be a different kind of grenade or something like that you can play with. Still the same game, but you've just added one extra tool in the game that you can help to win the game. And that changes strategy somewhat, that changes dynamics somewhat, but overall the game is still basically the same as it was if you just add an extra gun or two, or as long as it's not super OP, and that's not what this is. So I would argue to like the Axelrods, or in real life, if there's a Charles Koch or a Peter Thiel and they want to cut me a check, that's all I need, and I can get all of this done, and you can start counting your money that you saved in taxes. And of course, like the billionaires do pay taxes, and anyway, but so yeah, if there's any rich sugar daddy out there who wants to cut me a check to my MisesGOP.org/donate, this is where you can go to donate money to my super PAC and help me lobby and lobby state governments and elect elect as needed the proper guys who are going to help me pass this into law. And so, but right now I'm just trying to, raise small dollar donations and show a little bit of success here and there, that I can probably then take that to maybe a Koch or a Thiel and say, hey, I'm already having some success. How about you cut me a big check and we can get this thing on the road? And so that would be something I could do. And and they would be completely incentivized to do that, because this is just a new way of doing tax cuts, which is something they already lobby for, and they get them, on a mostly a decadal basis. So you get a tax cut about once every decade or every other decade. So we got Reagan cuts, nothing through the 90s, and we got Bush cuts in the 2000s, and we got Trump cuts in the 2010s. And so we're probably not going to get anything this decade, but we might get something in 2030. But if you help me now, we can get something started for you right now. And this is just a different way of doing tax cuts. That's really all this is. It's just one more tool on the table that changes the game, but mostly keeps it the same. And so if there are any special interests out there, they're also going to be because they don't really care about how the money's collected. They just care how the money's spent. I'm not doing anything to touch the spending side, so like all of their games are just going to keep going on. And so like, I'm really just touching nothing. This is a different way of doing tax cuts. So if you weren't opposed to traditional tax cuts, you're not going to be opposed to this, and basically nobody is opposed to, more money for themselves.